Welcome back. Today, we're mapping out the precise architecture of a champion mindset. We all know what peak performance looks like from the outside, right? You watch top performers execute flawlessly under pressure, and it's just mind-blowing. But in this explainer, we're actually stripping all that success down to the studs. We're going to see exactly how it's built from the inside out, based on some truly phenomenal source material. Okay, let's dive into this and look at the actual blueprint of elite performance. So can you think like an Olympian? Seriously, ask yourself that. When we watch those incredible athletes step up to the podium, it is so incredibly easy to distance ourselves, isn't it? We just kind of assume their mental operating system is reserved exclusively for the track, the pool, or the gymnastics mat. But the research we're unpacking today, it challenges that assumption head-on. It asks us to deeply consider if we can adopt that exact same Olympic mindset for our own personal and professional pursuits, even if we literally never plan on wearing a track bib or holding a gold medal. Section 1. Pursuing the Olympic Ideal. The text we're analyzing puts it perfectly. Not everyone could become an Olympic champion, but we can for sure strive to develop a mindset of an Olympic champion. And this brilliantly illustrates our entire core thesis today. While the physical, gold-plated medal might not be in the cards for everyone tuning in, and let's be honest, the math on that is pretty tough, the psychological framework absolutely is. The mental hardware of a champion can be installed in literally anyone who's willing to do the work. So what does that mental hardware actually consist of? Well, we can actively choose to focus on and imbibe 4 core areas: principles, values, ethics and morals, and standards. Now, what's really interesting about this framework is that it completely removes the mystery from greatness. A champion isn't born with some magical, untouchable aura. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a champion is simply someone who systematically aligns their daily life with high-tier principles and uncompromising ethics. This is the raw material we're working with to build our architecture. Section 2. Foundation of a champion. As defined directly in our source material, a champion mindset is the foundation required to reach the pinnacle in any area of life. Now, I want you to pause for just a second and think about that word, pinnacle. Picture what your own personal pinnacle looks like right now as you're listening to this. Is it a massive breakthrough in your career? Is it mastering a complex new skill you've been, kind of struggling with? Maybe it's leading a team through a crisis to success. Whatever that peak is for you, the foundational mindset required to get there is universally the same. And that foundation is built on 3 massive pillars. So, the crucial point is that a champion mindset is entirely filled with these 3 relentless traits: discipline, commitment, and consistency. The source is exceptionally direct about this triad. Without the discipline to do what's required when you really don't feel like it, the commitment to stay the course over the long haul, and the consistency to execute day in and day out, well, the foundation simply crumbles. This triad is the relentless engine of the champion's mindset. But here's the kicker: raw discipline just isn't enough on its own. Alongside that relentless consistency, this mindset absolutely requires holding oneself to uncompromisingly high standards and high values in life. It's not just about doing the work, it's about doing the work to an elite standard. Think about it. If your values are compromised or your standards are low, all the discipline in the world will just get you to the wrong destination much faster. High standards are basically the compass that gives your discipline its direction. Section 3. Building the mindset. This is the actionable construction manual. Let's move to and see how this builds sequentially, starting purely from the inside out. To actually have a champion mindset, you trigger a very specific, unbreakable chain reaction. First, you got to start with improving your beliefs, shaping the very boundaries of your reality. Upgrading those naturally forces a powerful upgrade to improving your values. That forces a shift in your identity, how you fundamentally see and define yourself when no one else is watching. And only when your identity shifts does it result in improving your daily thoughts. Notice how this is a perfectly ordered internal blueprint. You can't just magically jump to having better thoughts without first addressing the core beliefs and the deep identity that generate them. Once those internal thoughts are elevated, they cross the threshold into the external world. And this sequence is just incredible. Improved thoughts lead directly to improving our feelings and emotions. Better, more stable emotions drive improving our behavior and attitude. With a champion's resilient attitude, you're now fully equipped for improving your decisions and choices. And here is the grand finale of this sequence, the ultimate goal the text points us toward: taking actions at the right time.
The sheer enthusiasm I have for this sequence is because it proves once and for all that elite execution isn't an accident. Taking the right action at the exact right moment is just the final, inevitable domino falling after you've set up all the internal ones correctly.
This right here is the true architecture of how a champion operates. It's a massive, unstoppable domino effect. We've traced it all the way from the invisible realm of improving beliefs, straight through the chain of values, identity, thoughts, and emotions, directly to the highly visible realm of taking precise, right-timed actions. You want better actions in your life? You absolutely have to trace it all the way back to your beliefs. This is exactly why a champion mindset can be systematically built by anyone who's willing to do the careful internal engineering required.
So we arrive at the ultimate test. You now have the blueprint. You know that an Olympic mindset isn't about physical medals or genetic gifts. It's about the sequential architecture of your internal beliefs relentlessly driving your external actions. So I leave you with this provocative thought. What action will your new blueprint build today? Pick your pinnacle, start the domino effect with your beliefs right now, and go build it.